A United States senator stood before Congress. He was asked where the money went. He said, "I simply do not know." $1.6 billion. Customer money. Gone. Not stolen by a hacker, not lost in a market crash. Moved, by hand, through wire transfers, by people who knew exactly what they were doing. This is the autopsy of MF Global. John Corzine, former governor of New Jersey, former senator, former co-CEO of Goldman Sachs. In March 2010, he becomes CEO of a futures brokerage, a boring one, the kind that holds other people's collateral and clips a fee. He doesn't want boring. He wants Goldman. So he builds a plan. Turn the firm into an investment bank. Trade the firm's own money. Big positions, European sovereign debt, billions in Italian, Spanish, Portuguese bonds. The structure has a name: repo-to-maturity. Borrow against the bond, pocket the spread, repeat. It works, until Europe wobbles. By fall 2010, the firm's own chief risk officer raises a flag. He warns Corzine. He warns the board. Margin calls, liquidity risk. He recommends limits. 6 months later, the chief risk officer is gone. The positions keep growing. Here's the part that should bother you. A futures broker exists to do one specific thing: hold customer collateral. Keep it segregated. Never touch it. Not for trading, not for liquidity, not for an emergency. The wall between customer money and firm money isn't a guideline. It's federal law. Section 4D of the Commodity Exchange Act. In October 2011, that wall comes down. Not all at once. One wire transfer at a time. October 6th, a Thursday. Senior management is on a recorded line. They need $50 to $75 million for a margin payment. The firm's own cash buffer, $80 to $100 million. Razor thin. The firm's global treasurer says it out loud. We're skating on the edge, without much ice left. Corzine has another option. A $1.2 billion credit line with JP Morgan. Untouched. He doesn't use it. Drawing on a credit line looks like weakness, looks like a firm in trouble. So instead, on a recorded call, he tells an employee, do whatever it takes not to draw on that line, even if that means going negative in the customer accounts. Going negative in customer accounts is not a metaphor. It's a federal violation. Corzine knew that. October 14th. The firm overdraws customer excess cash by $70 million. October 17th. Another $16 million over. 2 violations. 2 separate days. Both reported directly to Corzine. October 18th. Senior management decides, no more touching FCM cash. The next day, they touch it again. $55 million over. 3 days in a row. 3 confirmations. Corzine does nothing to stop it. October 24th. Moody's downgrades the firm's credit rating. October 25th. The firm announces a $191 million quarterly loss, earlier than scheduled. Investors notice the early disclosure. They read it as panic. Within 48 hours, the firm draws $897 million from its credit line, nearly the entire facility. Gone. The clock is no longer measured in weeks. It's measured in hours. Wednesday, October 26th. By the close of business, the firm's customer segregated accounts are short. $298 million short. This is the legal threshold. The moment a firm is required, by law, to notify regulators immediately. MF Global says nothing. That evening, the assistant treasurer, Edith O'Brien, is on a recorded line. Her words, verbatim. It is a total clusterfuck. They have to move $500 million out of BONY to pay me back. I can't afford a seg problem. She gets $325 million transferred back. Just enough to look stable on paper. The firm remains undersegregated. She knows it. Thursday, October 27th, 12:39 in the morning. O'Brien emails Corzine and senior management. The subject is liquidity. The number inside, $0. $0 of excess cash available at the broker. Corzine reads this email. He understands what it means. 8 hours later, the firm needs $365 million more. For margin calls. For unwinding trades. That afternoon, on a recorded line, Corzine discusses tapping a client cash account at JP Morgan to grease the wheels of a different transaction. An employee on the call corrects him. That account is segregated. It has nothing to do with this. Corzine says he understands, then describes doing it anyway, the same way they did it the night before. By the end of Thursday, $525 million has moved from customer segregated accounts into the firm's proprietary accounts. A trader at MF Global reports a bookkeeping error. The error conveniently overstates the segregated balance by $165 million. The firm files its daily report with regulators. The report says, $116 million in excess customer funds. The truth, a $298 million deficit. Filed anyway, signed anyway. False, and they knew it was false. Friday, October 28th. The deficit reaches $900 million. Overnight, MF Global's London affiliate overdraws its account at JP Morgan by $134 million. JP Morgan calls Corzine directly. Before they'll help unwind any positions, the overdraft gets covered. Now, at 9 a.m., Corzine tells O'Brien, this is the most important thing she does today. He asks no questions about where the money will come from. O'Brien moves $200 million from a customer segregated account at JP Morgan into a firm account. Then, $175 million of that overseas to cover the London overdraft. JP Morgan's compliance team gets nervous. They ask for written assurance the transfer was legal. They send Corzine a letter. He forwards it to the general counsel. The general counsel forwards it to O'Brien. Nobody signs it. Not Corzine, not O'Brien, not anyone. The money moves. The signature never does. By 6 p.m. that Friday, O'Brien is back on a recorded line. The number she needs returned? $355 million. Her words, if they have it, I need it. London failed to return the $175 I pushed out to them this morning. That could be game over. By close of business, only $177.5 million comes back. The gap remains open. Sunday, October 30th, 12:45 in the afternoon. An internal email circulates. The segregation report shows a deficit, not hundreds of millions anymore, $952 million. 3 hours later, the CFTC emails the firm directly. They still don't have Friday's report, the one that was promised. The regulator's email reads, "The lack of data is driving adverse inferences." That's the closing line of the file. A federal agency, locked out of its own oversight, watching the numbers go dark in real time. October 31st, 2011. MF Global files for bankruptcy. Nearly $1 billion. Customer money. Gone from the accounts where federal law required it to sit, untouched at all times. Here's the mechanism, stripped down. This isn't a hack. Nobody broke an encryption key. Nobody exploited a zero-day. A CEO built a business model that required more cash than the firm legally had access to. When the legal sources ran out, the firm used the one source explicitly walled off by federal statute. Each transfer on its own looked survivable. A bridge, a temporary fix. Return it tomorrow. Tomorrow kept arriving with a bigger hole. The CFTC complaint is explicit about what it does and doesn't allege. It doesn't claim Corzine personally pressed the button on every wire transfer. He didn't have to. The complaint alleges something colder, that he knew the firm was violating its own policy on multiple separate days, confirmed in writing, and chose not to stop it. Knowledge, repeated, documented, no correction. That's the legal theory. Not he stole it. He let it happen while sitting at the only desk with the authority to make it stop. There's a particular kind of failure this case represents. Not a rogue trader hiding losses. Not an algorithm running wild. A chain of explicit warnings, each one acknowledged, each one followed by the exact same decision to keep going. The chief risk officer warned him in 2010. He was replaced. The global treasurer warned him in October 2011 on a recorded line. We have to take the keys away from him. Corzine's nickname for that treasurer, the gravedigger. The system had a warning light. It had several. Every one of them got noted and overridden. 3 days, October 26th to October 28th. 3 consecutive false reports filed with federal regulators. 3 consecutive nights where the gap between what was reported and what was real got larger, not smaller. This wasn't a single bad decision under pressure. It was the same decision, made repeatedly, with full information, by people who understood exactly what federal law required and chose the math instead. The case never went to trial. Corzine settled. A civil penalty. No admission of criminal wrongdoing, no prison time. Edith O'Brien settled separately. The firm itself ceased to exist before the lawsuit finished. What remains is the paper trail. Recorded phone lines, internal emails, a regulator's complaint that reads, line by line, like a stopwatch counting down to a number nobody wanted to say out loud. I simply do not know where the money is. It's not that the system couldn't find the answer. It's that no one was required to find it before it was already gone. Subscribe to the White Collar Autopsy. We'll see you in the next dissection.